There are various steps that you have to take for you to get from point A to point B, in which you are progressively going up from 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 grand in your own AI automation agency. These exact steps are not the same for every single person, except the first step, which is actually A to B, getting your first couple of offers. So if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly these three things. I'm going to show you how to commoditize an exact offer, so put it all in one piece, how to actually go ahead and dial in the offer so it's systemized. And what do I mean by systemized? I really just mean you literally package it together and you go ahead and make it repeatable, and how to actually go ahead and do the outreach to find the correct ICP and or find the correct clientele bases that you're chasing behind to fill on. So if you do stick to this end of the video, A, I appreciate you, but B, drop a subscription, because the amount of raw value I give on this channel is insane. First and foremost, if you have not already connected your WhatsApp business account to your N8N, then please go ahead and do so by clicking the first link in the description, and that is the exact video on how you're going to go ahead and generate a token, the whole route A through Z. Now, step number one is actually creating your offer. So this is you. Okay, you in your brain, you have an idea. Now, there are hundreds of people every day that have an idea, but you need to get to the step where there is cash money flowing into your pockets. So the actual bridge gap from you getting cash flow into your pockets through an idea is simply just action, because in today's day and age, you can always be resourceful in this space. And that is what is exactly awesome about this whole AI automation agency, that you will find out that you don't have to start something 10 years before someone else. You can now find the exact resources, whether you're using some sort of AI content creation tool, or you're leveraging some sort of SaaS or some sort of CRM. Any single one of you right now can really just take action by, possibly going down the route of, the gas business model, which is, leveraging CRMs, implementing them to local businesses, and then attaching other AI automations like an AI caller, for example. That's one of them. I love the WhatsApp UI. The WhatsApp UI allows international people to start coming into this whole space, and it's a race to the top. But I want you specifically to understand that level 1 to 2 is just about action. Level 2, which is that 10 to 30K mark, is really more about tenacity and structuring something that's systemized. If we break a little bit more into that, I want to make sure that what you have working, because if you have a cup that is, let's just say, one of them is just about the top, one of them is in the middle, and one of them is very low, you're going to spend probably equal amounts of time either developing or turning these over. But you haven't gotten enough out of each cup for the amount of time. You first need to weigh, what are you actually scaling? Are you doing lead generation, which is very common? Lead generation is always going to be around. Are you doing efficiency? Or are you doing, and don't mind my spelling, it's absolutely horrible, or are you actually doing a commoditized offer? A commoditized offer, which is my favorite, is basically when you go ahead and combine UIs off of possibly Lovable, UIs possibly off of front end, V0 Vercel apps, and you pretty much combine them with the gas. Lead generation, self-explanatory. Lead generation deals with, you get a client for a specific business, you turn it over, and you take a middleman type cut. You take a piece of the pie. And there's also efficiency. Now, all three of these have specific automations in place. Lead really deals with qualification, so how good is the actual lead? You can go ahead and fix that up for a company. Or efficiency deals with, are there things in there that can, scratch out how much work and convert it into something that turns into money. That way, we don't have to be doing repetitive work every day. And things like possibly, taking a couple of screenshots and uploading it, so we have CSM level concierge reports every single day. Things like that can be completely automated. Or my favorite is a commoditized offer, where you put everything in one place. If you understand these three things, then you can run an automation agency, even if you do not understand exactly what your offer is. Now, level 3 deals with, you've now gotten your offer down, and bear with me, and now you have already systemized it and you're scaling to the fullest potential. You're starting to push out more, okay? More volume. That's all you're really worried about here. And at this point, it's kind of the break point if you were going to actually make it or not. And now we're going to get into it, how you can start from beginning to end and actually go ahead and fulfill on this. So step 1 is brand identity. So we're going to start right there where, possibly 90% of you watching this video are at right now, and that is simply by finding brand identity. So we'll go ahead and actually go into here, and we will find out a specific way for us to make a logo, because that is really where everything starts at. We'll do 250 by 250 to start our agency, and we'll go ahead and simply choose any of these templates and kind of just mess around with them. That's kind of what I like to do. I like this one. It already has an A on it. We can do AU. In today's day and age, I was gonna mention we could leave something like the date, but something like this literally looks very clean. Now, why do I put AU? This is a target, okay? You want to make sure that when you're creating your brand, you're targeting but not limiting yourself. So AU can mean literally anything, but we want it to mean Australia, because that is where our target audience, you know, that we want to hit is actually specifically located, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So I don't really like the whole consulting factor. We could do something like this. Okay, we can maybe move it a little bit to the center. So that's a pretty clean design. Okay, we can run with this AU Industries, and we can even change AU to not Industries, but make it a little bit more SEO oriented, and do intelligence. Just like that, you make a couple of these, and you already have a logo. So we have AU Intelligence. Now the next step is to pretty much go ahead and start building what your offer is. So for now, we want to go ahead and create an actual front end to demo our site. So where are we going to go ahead and demo our site off of? Well, go on, man's best friend. Hop over on Instagram. Okay, go ahead and make sure you have chosen your niche. So we want to go ahead and do a little bit of research. So we'll have the Instagram tab open for now, and we'll go ahead and hop over to Perplexity real quick, and we'll find the #1 banging niche in Australia. So we'll ask a simple prompt: Perplexity. I am starting an automation agency to deliver proprietary systems that scale businesses inside the Australian market. Please do research into the easiest pickings ever and give me back 10 plus markets to go into strictly on the WABA outbound marketing. And if you guys don't already know what WABA is, WABA is a WhatsApp business, and I specifically leverage on WABA because it might be something that is not really so tapped in the States, but as the States start getting filled up with people starting to do, offers down as low as, $300 for some of these automations, you want to make sure that you have more perceived value and you actually deliver way more better results through something that can work in international markets, so you're not limited to the States. Obviously, the States GDP it's very stable, but you never want to limit yourself. The States are obviously going to catch on to WABA, so you watching this video, you have upper hand advantage. We're just going to choose the top 3. So real estate agencies, automotive, health, wellness, hospitality, cafes. We're probably going to go ahead and do something like I really like the bookings and the repetitive niches to go after, just because the rental business, for example, the rental business has a very high leverage. If you're renting out yachts, if you're renting out boats, if you're renting out full-on steam sessions, these are a bunch of random things, okay, but they're the renting game. Renting game is recession proof, so I love to go over something like that. So let's just kind of bring that up. I want to do a recession proof renting niche, and we'll grab one real quick. Residential, something that needs to get rented out, a little bit more frequently. So I think I have one on the top of my head, but you would do some research in here, obviously, because I really do recommend every single one of you watching, please stick into your niche for at least 3 months, and then you can go ahead and hop around. You will find a client. If in 3 months you don't, it's because you don't have a good enough offer. Let's see. I'm going to personally choose let's just do the car rental, just because I've done some previous clients and I've done these exact steps. So once you have your niche, you can literally go on Instagram and search up something like car rental business, literally something like that. And you want to go ahead and find a client. We have this one in Armenia, so okay. Awesome. So I really like this. I believe we can leverage this. Okay. So we can go ahead and quickly just send them a message just so we can kind of warm up the connection. So we want to just go ahead and send something like, hey, love the cool cars. Cool cars. The Escalade is mean. I wanted to connect and reach out to see, to bump up the WhatsApp reservation game. I'll send over a demo here shortly. So you have your message. You can even go ahead and copy this message, and you can even go ahead as far as pulling up their exact WhatsApp and sending this personalized to them. But of course, make it a personalized message every single time. But now WhatsApp is a little bit, less friction. It's more professional. But go ahead and send the DM, and now you're quickly gonna go ahead and find a car. I like this S-Class, so we're gonna do this S-Class, and we're gonna do, this picture is pretty good. So save it as. We'll do S-Class demo picture. Okay, and it's very simple. You're going to go ahead and then head over to rocket.new. And this is where we're actually go ahead and create a specific loon, because now we have something to leverage. We have something that we're going to go ahead and build out. It's going to be a WhatsApp template that's going to actually book reservations, because it's a proven offer. If you're getting reservations for a specific client, then they're willing to pay you X, Y, and Z. So you commoditize this by showing them the front end, showing them how exactly it's going to be built, and you simply just have to demo it. And then after that, you can go ahead and fulfill by building it out, and we'll get there. So real quick, let's go ahead and grab the demo first. So we'll say, I am building, and please, if you haven't signed up, please sign up for Rocket already. I'm not an affiliate, but it's very strong for these demos at the moment until I am releasing a something similar to Rocket, but a little bit more hints into WhatsApp. But when that comes out, that you guys will know about that. But simply, I am building a WhatsApp UI for a specific dealership with an Armenian number, and let's see if we can grab the exact Armenian number. Yeah, it's right here. Paste that. Please generate me the web app development. It's very crucial you ask it for the web app development to mimic this demo for an S-Class. This should be a conversational AI agent, nonchalant, straight to the point. And please bear with me. So then you're gonna go ahead, submit this prompt. All right. Default framework, of course, that's okay. And real quick though, I do want it to pause. Perfect. Let's build. Okay. Well, I do want it to pause. Ideally, it will ask you a specific question like, "Hey, what are you looking for?" We really want it to be a mobile app. So I believe it's preparing context, it's building, but I really want it to be a mobile app. So I'm gonna abort real quick, and we're quickly gonna just say, and make sure it is in a mobile app view when you return the dummy WhatsApp template to make for this Armenian business. Ensure the images fit the ones I have given you when there is demo chats asking for it to you. Okay, so then find your downloads. It'll probably be in the quick access real quick there, not that one. And then we want to go ahead and find our S-Class, which I cannot, I have no idea where this S-Class is sitting at. Here it should be, I can just downloaded it though. Okay. Oh, there you go. Oh, I downloaded HTML. Okay. So that's an issue. We're just gonna go ahead and search up S-Class. It's okay. And we'll go ahead and, this one was fine. Of course, they would understand it's a demo. If you could go as far as getting an image downloader, I have done that. But just grab your image, and you can even just paste it, and then just send it in. And then it will take roughly 6 to 7 minutes for you to get your demo. At 6 to 7 minutes, you can be brainstorming in the back of your head. Okay, now what are we actually going ahead and pushing out? So this app is very interesting because you can get reservations or appointments, because those are really sales based. And if you can do those, you can also do rev share. So I want you to kind of get your brain thinking, hey, I understand everyone around me has been, doing the whole shiny object syndrome features where, hey, this is going to do this and pick this out of your email and then it's going to put it in your Notion. Well, guess what? Will that convert into sales? It might make your team faster, but your team actually have to have a tool that's bringing them zero frictionless payment interfaces, where those are all handled inside WhatsApp, which that is basically just an agent that's going to walk a client through the processes that are repetitive already. And that data is going to go to a front end, whether it's for appointments, reservations, and then you're going to be able to go ahead and build this for a client. So real quick, while I let this go ahead and wrap up, we'll skip ahead and I'll show you exactly what that kind of looks like. So then pretty much you'll get something that relatively looks like this. The client can go and here, let's focus. And can pretty much chat to an AI and say, hey, I'm looking for, rent a car. It'll respond. I need family spacious. You'll suggest something, right? And then, from that point forward, you've pretty much made a demo that converts. Like I said, it's really as simple as it is. You didn't do a mass amount of outreach that it makes almost impossible that you don't at least get on some meetings. Close the meetings. The number one thing that, anyone that comes to me is like, hey, I can't get clients, Well, the ones that you do get, make sure you close them. Like study, literally, that's all you can do. Apart from that, make sure you track whatever you got to get done. Guys, it's out there. Go get after it. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm about to eat lunch and then continue calling. It's not unheard of that you're probably going to work like 12 hours a day, but once you get a good team underneath your belt, then it's actually your job. You're scaling. It's shits and giggles from that point forward. And if you made it to the end of this video, make sure you drop a subscription and you follow everything in the description, because there's a crazy amount of value. I'm not gatekeeping anything. Just go ahead and drop a like and a follow, and I appreciate you guys. Cheers.